Welcome back, everybody. Come back with Edith Finch. What shall remain of her? Something like that. Well, we are back from a very upsetting and sad story of Gregory Finch. One I was not ready for. That one that was sad. If you didn't watch it, I mean, well, yeah, you know what's happening. There's a baby. There's some bubble bath. You can kind of paint a picture of what was going on. Some bath toys. Yeah. Very, very sad. But without further ado, we still have, I think, 4 more Finches to go through. That's even if we don't do Sven and Eddie. So, we still got a couple more. The story's not over yet. I think Gregory was the saddest. Which is I think for the best, because I don't know if I can handle another one like that. That one, that bothered me to play. That was really hard for me to play through.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
A poem for Gus,
another
who always said the
child.
wedding was a bad idea.
Yeah.
Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
Oh, he's gonna get...
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
Aww.
I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I
now
remembered.
pronounce you husband and wife.
Huh.
You may kiss the bride.
What am I missing here, guys? You're way up in the sky? Oh.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Oh my god.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Oh no. Oh, Gus.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Wait, we're doing Gus. The father is Sam, isn't it? Maybe it's Walter? Maybe. I don't know. I'm getting lost.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
Oh.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Oh, man. Why don't people ever consult their children? Like, I know it's not their final say, but they are a factor. You can't deny it. Be a baby. Oh. Man.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
So her mother was Dawn.
At the time,
Well, yeah, that's right. Yeah. So Sam had to be the biological father. Gotcha. And Walter was Sam's brother. I'm sure this has been spoken, but I'm dumb and don't remember anything.
It was as far away as she could get.
Girl, you're pregnant. What are you doing? Who goes rock climbing? Ugh.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Her dad, her brothers, her entire family. I mean...
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
So the Leafs are the ones married in. Gotcha. Plans to visit? Planes to visit? I think it's planes.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later.
India, wow. Oh, that's a lot of missing papers. Huh.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Milton, Lewis, and Edith.
And to see kids in the house again.
Huh. Little figurines.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
Oh, we're at the tip top, aren't we? No, we're not. We're getting there, though. Gotcha. I'm just dumb. Hello? Any family members still
And for a
alive?
while, things were good. Almost normal.
Our family history, huh? Multiplication tables. Ah. Respect criticism. Now that's a lesson the world needs right now. Oh, God. Reading's a hoot. Good old owls.
But it didn't last.
Oh. Oh. Her father, I think, died trying to help India. Verse, myth, Edith Finch.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Girl, you're literally pregnant. What are you doing? Peekaboo.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
No one ever just... I say no one, but half the, like, the whole family's gone at this point. Just Dawn's, Edith's
I
family.
think Edie was happy to finally have another painter in the family.
Really hope this one's not copyright. If you haven't realized this, in almost every video I've done of this game, the music's been copyrighted, and it's been a hell of a time editing these. Is it a bell? Oh, that's not a bell. Wow.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
That's wholesome. Did he just...
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Oh, God. I'm not gonna like this ending. I know I'm not. Well, he just disappeared without a trace. Nothing else. Just vanished.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
I guess when you look down, you can see the baby bump too. It's trying to just boop. Yeah, it's. Oh well, it's like right there. Oh yeah, gotcha. Can't go through a door. I gotta take the windows.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Now I hope it's not something that you have. Also, the electric's still on. Oh, okay. Oh, I'll go back around. Sorry, I didn't realize I wasn't allowed to walk around this opening. Guys, we're getting close. I think this is the final one. I think this is it. All that's left is Lewis. And then Edith. Edith's picture's already drawn. That's another thing I just realized. Like, I know there's not a timer on it, or a final date.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
Kinda cool looking in there. Which way do I go here? That's not going to his room, so... Oh, well. That's not going anywhere, gotcha. Guess we go up here. I'm sorry. There you go.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar.
Always
part of
does,
him
doesn't
went
it? Oh my god. Can I not put it down? Okay, I guess I gotta...
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse.
I thought it would have been the
Newly
game.
sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander.
Oh my gosh.
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small. Imagining a labyrinth.
Oh, this is not the place to be getting
He'd
confused
feel his
at.
way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head.
Oh, he's gonna lose his whole arm, isn't he?
But he took it very seriously.
Nobody's seen this?
I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical,
Hey, go, Lewis.
tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him.
Oh no.
It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city named Lewis Topia. He
Kinda
built the city
cheesy.
up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play.
I don't... I
He
think
talked about
I see
starting a
where this is
band.
going to end. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but I don't want to think how...
And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones
God.
under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won.
I like that.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on.
If you haven't noticed, I'm having to control
New
both of these.
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery.
Jeez.
Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on. In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a
I like that.
handsome queen.
Yeah, handsome queen.
The queen was on her own quest for
Rainbows. Gotta be rainbows. It's gotta be rainbows.
radiant rainbows.
Yeah. You go, handsome queen. Oh.
He followed the sound of her
Electrical sitar.
electric sitar.
Yeah.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Oh, God.
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon,
Oh,
but the
don't
one
tell
climbing the
us.
steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
That's from Fish, right? The old Nintendo Switch?
He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Oh no. Oh no. Tell me he
He
doesn't.
began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting him.
Kinda happy.
His queen waited, holding his crown.
My handsome court. Oh no.
There was only one thing left to do.
No. He doesn't. Don't
Bend
do
down
it.
his head. And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Oh, I knew it. I knew that's where it was going.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Damn.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
I only died once on that one. Too soon. There was I'm pretty sure a much deeper meaning to that. I'm not gonna look into details, because if there is one, we all know what it is. But as hard as it is, you know,
Funeral, my mom told me.
face reality.
She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another.
Oh God.
All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Oh no.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word.
Oh.
Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
To our final night together, and all our final nights apart.
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
Surprise. Plot twist, Edie's a murderer.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it.
Oh, just
When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. I started seeing things.
Bambi? You get shot. I want you to know that. Apologies for the commentary. There's a lot of story I try not to
Things I'd
talk over.
forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine!
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
Oh.
After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly.
Oh.
She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
No.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
What a sad ending. Oh. I could hear the heartbeat in the back of my head. I was thinking maybe, but I didn't. Damn, man. Oh. And there's an actual person too? What a hard game, man. It's like, you think about it, and it's not bad in the beginning, you know? Death is a natural thing. But then it just hits a little harder every time. Every story just builds up more and more. Ah, God. What a fucking game. Whoops. Whoops. I wasn't done going through this and letting this credits roll. I feel like one of the developers was like, how sad do you want it? And they were just like, yes. And the guy was like, that doesn't answer my question. And then he was just like, yes. And, you know, a man was like, we got a father dying next to a mother. Is that sad? He goes, no. Another one's like, baby drowns. He goes, closer, but no. And then the last one, mother dies giving birth. And he's like, Maybe. That's how it went. Apparently that was an achievement. What a game, guys. That was first series I actually just finished recording and playing all the way through that. That was heartache in multiple like events. Definitely not an easy game. You know, it puts a lot in retrospect, but God. I like how all their pictures, I think, is of themselves as little kids. Good old Peaches. Good old Walters. I just don't get it. Like, they're pouring you a bowl of sadness, and they're like, "Do you want more?" And you're like, "No, that's enough. That's enough." And they just rip the whole top of the box off. And they're like, "Nah, you want more. We know what you want." I mean, I kept coming back to it. I finished it. It's a lot of playtesters. I can only imagine what went through everyone's mind, like creating this game. They put a lot of thought into this, like not even thought, like emotions into it. The Edith Finch team. That's well done. Well done. That was a good game. Well, that's it. That's it. We have all the people. The whole family's here. What a oh yeah, I bet it just starts it over, doesn't it? That's not what I okay. Now that we're back here, this is the beginning entirely. Made full circle. I definitely recommend this if you're just joining in on the end of it, or if you kind of jumped around and missed a few things. The full effect is in the story, without a doubt. And I'm not even saying that just to get you to watch my videos. Without a doubt, go through this whole game. This was a good game from beginning to end. It's just the sadness in it, the power. I didn't even realize it. There's Dawn written up there too. Edith's mother. Good game. Well, thank you guys for joining me on that hell of a roller coaster. Just ups and downs all around. I mean, there was really no ups, technically. It was kind of downhill from the beginning, it seemed. But again, thanks for joining that. The series is over. If you enjoyed it, you know, subscribe, leave a comment, say hi, like it, dislike it. If it tore you up too much, I wouldn't blame you. That was rough. And you know, check out some of the other ones. Until then, I'll see you guys later.